Hello everyone, and finally, welcome to the first Garage Missions video. In this one I will show you how to replace spark plugs and air filter on Yamaha XSR700. It should be very similar for Yamaha MT07 and Yamaha Tracer 700 because they all have the same engine, so stick around. It was my first time replacing the spark plugs and I was also filming everything at the same time, so I will show you all the problems and the solutions that I found. I hope it will help you if you decide to do it by yourself. I was a little bit slower because I was filming, but honestly it's not hard at all and it takes about 2 hours. If I can do it, you can do it too. I also wanted to learn how to service the bike by myself. I don't know why, but it feels so much better when you do something by yourself. But first, let me show you what kind of tools did I use.
Alright, first of all I will need to remove this plastic. After that I'm going to remove this screw. This is the only screw that holds radiator, and after that all I will need to do is to pull radiator towards me. So this is the first spark plug, the next one is behind. This is the connector I need to remove, and I'm going to try to reach it from over here after I remove the radiator like this.
As you can see on the video, it was really easy to replace the first spark plug. Honestly, I must say that I was a little bit surprised how fast it was, and all I had to do was tilt the radiator to the side. But when I tried the same thing with the second spark plug, I just couldn't pull out the plastic coil. There were a bunch of wires, a chunk of wires right above the spark plug, and I couldn't get it out. So let me show you what I did the next day.
Welcome guys, so today I'm going to continue to try to replace the spark plugs on my XSR700. Let me remind you what happened yesterday. I've tried to remove the spark plugs from the side. I've managed to replace the first spark plug that is over here closer to me. It was not complicated at all, very fast, but I couldn't remove the plastic from the other spark plug because the wires were on the top. So somewhere around here, but over here, there are big chunks of wires and I couldn't move them. I have to remove the tank today. No giving up. Let's go. So when you want to remove the panels, you have these two plastic holding the panels here in place. You will just press it a little bit over here and over here and just gently pull out the panels on the side. And remember, on the front you have this plastic pop-up screw. You will have to move the panels on the front to remove the screw easily, like this. Bike looks so cool without the side panels, like from Mad Max movie, right? You can remove the tank with the plastic on, but I will remove the plastic just to clean the tank. And as you can see, there is so much space over here, and this is rubber. So when you put the side panels over here, there is so much space. I wish that there is at least a little bit more space in the tank, because 14 liters is just a little bit too little for this bike. They could squeeze at least 2 or 3 liters, in my opinion. If you want, you can take this rubber down, but it's glued with duct tape. I'm not going to remove it, it's not going to get in my way. But first, on the right side, before you start unscrewing these bolts, on the front first, you will have this switch over here.
Attention!
That you will need to unplug. Then, only on the right side, you will have these two hoses. And then you can proceed to removing these bolts from each side. So I removed the screws over here. On the other side, 2 hoses over there, front electrical switch, and now the only thing that is holding the tank is the front screw. Don't leave the tank right away, because I'll show you. There are 2 more switches, electrical switch for the pump and switch for fuel. So let me show you how to unplug that first. You can use the wooden hammer or plastic one just to hold the tank over here, like this. Let's disconnect the electrical switch first. just press and pull down, very easy. After we've disconnected the electrical fuel pump switch, we're going to remove the hammer a little bit to the front. This should give us more space. Before you unplug the fuel line, just put some kind of cloth underneath here in case there's a little bit of fuel spill. So let's try. First of all, we need to lift this plastic up like this. As you can see, there are two black pieces over here. We need just to press them and that should remove. As you can see, the fuel is not leaking, but we're going to tape it after we remove the tank. And last, let's remove the front bolt. And easily remove the tank. Let's see the problem. As you can see, this is the problem I had yesterday. So basically, the spark plugs are over here and on the other side over here. I've managed to easily swap the spark plug over here, but over here, all these wires are in the way. I think that I won't be able to move them because they're very firm and tied up together. So I think I will have to cut the zip ties, remove the wires to the side. Fun times. I will also replace the air filter. After you remove the 4 screws here, you also need to remove the last screw. And here is the old filter. As you can see, there is so much dirt inside, especially on the bottom where the plastic pipe ends. And here is the new clean air filter. Okay, I'm just going to clean the air box a little bit. When you're replacing the filter, don't leave this open too long because dust will get inside. Before I start to replace the left spark plug, I'm going to give you one quick info. So if you're going to replace both spark plugs from the top, the left one is sitting somewhere around here. So you would think that the right one is going to be approximately in the same distance from the center, so around here, but it's not. The right one is actually over here, under the frame a little bit. To replace the right plug, it's so much easier to replace it from the side, because over here there are so many cables. You have to pull out the cables and you would have to have something like this to replace the right one. I think that the left one is going to be much more easier to replace from the top. I'm going to disconnect all the cables, remove this zip tie, and I'm going to spread out the cables and replace the left one. First, I'm going to take a photo of all the cables, just to be 100% sure and to have some kind of reference. Update. I don't know if somebody worked on this bike because I'm the second owner. This has so many duct tape. This line over here, the main wires are so tight. Some kind of idiot designed this. I mean, I'm not an engineer or electrician. There's so much space over here that these cables could be moved just the side over here, and it will be so much space to remove this plastic from the spark plug. I had to remove the side panel on the left to get to the plastic coil over here. Damn. Since I don't have all the tools, you have to improvise. 2 magnets, a little duct tape, and let's go fishing. And these are my old spark plugs. I don't have the torque wrench with the scale, so I'm going to do it by feeling. Yeah, I think that's this enough. I will just use this wooden part with a hammer. Let's connect the fuel line. You have to put this orange plastic in upwards position, up, press these two black switches and push all the way. And now you move the orange plastic down. Let's check it. Perfect. And let's connect the electrical switch. Before I go on a test ride, let's see if everything is working normally. And victory! Okay, let's go for a test ride. And yeah, basically that's it. The bike is working fine. One more quick tip or one more advice. If you're planning to replace the spark plugs by yourself or even at your local service shop, get the iridium ones, because iridium ones are going to be a little bit more expensive, maybe twice expensive, I don't know, but they're going to last you much more longer than the copper ones. Thanks for watching. If you're stayed until the end, thank you. Hit that like, hit subscribe, and see you in the next one. Peace.